singing, I hope that you have made the decision to make that a happy day. You may be seated.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Calvary. It's good to have you here today. If you're visiting with us for the first time, and I did see a few visitors, we want to welcome you here. It's good to have you. There's a visitor's card in the back of the pew in front of you. I want to encourage you to fill it out, and then after the service, take it out to the visitor center where we have a gift for you, a CD that has this song actually is on it, and a number of our praise and worship songs that we sing, but it's good to have you here with us. A few announcements that we want to touch on. Once again, today is Ministry and More Food Drive Day, and if you forgot to bring something, you're welcome to bring it all throughout the week. Drop it off here at the church. Stack it up in front of Amy's office. We're happy to have that, and we want to encourage you to do that. So make sure that you participate in that. We want to encourage you to do that. There's a sign-up in the bulletin for the picnic on August 12th. The sign-up insert, make sure you fill that out. It just helps us get a count of who's coming to know how many people to buy chicken for. At the picnic, not everybody knew it last time, but we have a bucket there just for donation. It costs us about $300 for the chicken, and if you can help with that, it'd be great. But we want to just encourage everyone to come and to participate in that and be a part of it. On the back side of that, I thought this is pretty cool. The widow's oil, not just changing oil, changing lives. And we have a few gentlemen here that are willing to participate in an oil change ministry for some of the ladies, single ladies of the church, and even outside of the church. And we want to encourage you, if you're going to make use of that, to please fill that out and drop that in the offering plate too. That would give us a little bit of help with regard to that. The school has several desks to give away. If you're interested, would you please see Paul Swanson or Ralph Poland? A number of school desks, so want to make sure that you take advantage of those if you need them. Also, His Hands Ministry is a ministry that some guys in basically the legacy class have gotten a burden for. It's a ministry that is going to be used to live out their faith to the people of this church and even people outside of this church. Some have already benefited from that. Some have already been blessed by that. But these guys do all kinds of stuff. Tear off decks, put on decks. They repair toilets. They do all kinds of things, and they do it just because God put it in their hearts to do. That they believe that what the Bible teaches is that true religion, true ministry, what the Bible teaches is that we are to care for one another. And particularly the care of widows and orphans. And there's opportunity for everybody to get involved. But if you have someone, or if you know of someone that needs help, or if you're willing to get involved and say, hey, I'd like to help. I can't replace a toilet, but what I can do is I can wash windows, or I can till a garden, or I can do this. Out in the Welcome Center afterwards, there's a table out there, the Welcome Center, and it has His Hands. There's going to be some guys out there that are going to spend some time. And if you're interested in saying, hey, I'll help, I don't know what you need done, but I'm willing to do it, I'm willing to help, I'm willing to chip in wherever I can, you can go out there. If you need something done in your home, or if there's something you need done on a vehicle or something like that, go out there, see these guys. If you know of someone, a neighbor, maybe that is in need of something, a neighbor that you've been trying to share Jesus with, this is an opportunity for you to bring in some guys that will live out Jesus in front of them, and will open doors for you to be able to minister to them. So want to encourage you to go out to the Welcome Center afterwards. There's going to be a table out there with His Hands logo on it. There's going to be a couple of sheets there. There's going to be guys there that are going to be able to answer questions, and we want to encourage you to be a part of that. Also, there's a group that is leaving this afternoon, the CEF mission trip, leaving this afternoon for Missouri. They're going to be there all week. Those that are going, would you please stand? Those that are going. Okay. We need to pray for them this week. We need to pray for them as they go. We need to pray that God would use them, and we're thankful for their willingness to participate in this. But let's make sure we pray for them and that we encourage them. And we'll do that before they leave today. Youth Ministry Basketball Camp, just a note on that. This past Wednesday night, there were a number of kids that were here. Matt is still in need of help there. So we want to encourage you, if you're able to help, and sometimes it's just corralling kids, sometimes it's checking in kids, whatever the case may be. I think there was 130 kids, I think it was, that showed up this past Wednesday night to play basketball here. So what an opportunity it is for us to reach out and to minister to them. Also, in your bulletin, you'll notice there's a bridal shower. It's this Thursday at 6:30. A number of other announcements in there that we want to make you aware of, but please take a look at that and see where you might get involved. Jack Archibald is going to come up and share with us a little bit about missions at this point, and then right after Jack, Steve Stewart is going to come up and share with us some needs that we have with Awana. Jack?
In mission terminology, LAC stands for Limited Access Countries. This means countries in which missionary visas are not granted. And so in order to get the gospel into those countries, Christian workers go in as non-government organization workers. And one of the countries that is closed to missions is the country of India. And we have a co-worker in India. His name is Tim Ekno, and his wife is Vanessa. And they are working in India among a forgotten people. It is the lepers of India. Leprosy is a terrible disease, and it's not totally eradicated. And there are colonies of lepers in India, and they are working among them, starting churches, house churches. And so it's our privilege to be able to partner with the Eknos. And so this week, and next week especially, we will be featuring them. Remember to pray for Tim and Vanessa Ekno, and the spread of the gospel among that deprived, poor people among India, the lepers. Thank you.
Good morning. I understand I get Al McLaughlin's minutes from last week too, so I was just reminded as it was coming up, but wanted to give you guys a heads up that our Awana program here at Calvary, this will be our 28th year, is getting ready to start August the 29th. If you're not familiar with Awana is really all about hiding God's word into these boys and girls. If you're, they go from 3 years old all the way up to 6th grade, and they're obviously in different groupings. The Sparkies, if you're a Spark and you finish your book, you're memorizing on average about 50 verses through the year. If you stay in Sparks for all 3 years, you're memorizing at least 150 Bible verses that you're hiding in your hearts. When we work with the TNT, that's 3rd grade through the 6th grade, on average, they're learning 108 verses every Awana year. And that's just if they just stick with the book. A lot of these kids go on and do extra credit and do extra verses, extra work. So you can see in a year's time, or in the career of a Awana kid, they'll have at least 582 verses hidden in their hearts. In addition to that, we also have our council time, or our Bible time, and we here in our church use John Walsh's Bible telling tools, and we really teach these stories to these boys and girls so that they can remember it and retell that story to somebody else. We spend 3 weeks on a story, and last year we went through the life of Moses, and it was rewarding to see at the end of the year when we recapped all the stories that they had learned. The kids were just sitting there just biting at trying to say, give me the next answer of what happened in those stories from the beginning of September all the way through May. It's a great ministry. If you've not been involved in it, I'd encourage you to try it. If you have been involved in it, but maybe you've sat out the last couple years, I'd love for you to get back involved in Awana. If you're parents and you have kids coming to our Awana program, we'd love to have you join us and be there with your kids. That's a great ministry. On average, we have 124 kids every night. We have about 56 leaders or directors every night also on average. And we need more. We need to have a good ratio of leaders to kids to make it work properly. We need a game director. If you say, well, I'm not really good with this or that, but if you are talented in games, that's a vital part of this club. We really could use your talents. So right after the end of the service, right over here in front of the organ, I'm going to be down there. If I've asked you and you haven't given me an answer yet, if you come down there and let me know. If you're interested in it, I'd love to talk with you and share with you what we do in Awana, and you can just visit with me up front of the organ over there. Thanks.